Winning with Visionview Sports Radio.
We're joined in studio by Kasi Gaines, Primary Cooperative Founder and Executive Chairman, Mr. Sibusiso Ntuli, to tell us more about the games. Let's say good afternoon to you and welcome to the home run, mate.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me on your show.
Hey, what an initiative. I guess you saw a gap somewhere and somehow I would fancy you love football. How did this all begin?
So, I must be honest. My passion for football is not that much. Not really. I'm the coach. You could call me the technical director.
I see.
You know,
okay.
I'm that guy who likes to support people and make sure that, you know, they actually do better.
Yes.
We call them the hype man.
If it was music, I'd be, what's that, Casper's friend? Capo. I'd be like a capo, you know.
Let me tell you, with every soccer player, there's that guy that does nothing but is always around.
Right.
He's
that's
that
me.
person.
That's me. You know? But in a nutshell, what actually inspired Kasi Gaines was I needed something that brought people together, that inspired and motivated competitive edge.
Right.
It's not just about football, it's about sports. So each year there's a different sports theme. Each year there's a different direction in which we motivate people and we get them to understand their industry in the talent environment, because it is a talent, but you need to make sure that people are backed up with the right infrastructure, they're backed up with the right information, and their awareness is focused onto the right things. So this year what we're planning on doing, because it's our second year running, we launched in 2017 under the support of the Zotwa Khoza Foundation, and now this year we've managed to bring on board some few sponsors like Revival Electrical Transformers, which is a very well-renowned, known business entity, successful all over Africa. I think they distribute to about I think it's 8 or 9 different countries all over Africa.
Repeatable,
and then we've got SIFA as well, the Small Enterprise Financial Agency, who have come on board. And basically what we're trying to do is empower the mind into looking at things for the long term. So we've got P Management, who deals with sports talent management. So what they're coming to do at our workshop event, because we've got 3 events in one. We've got the workshop aspect, we've got the football 5-a-side aspect, and then we've got the entrepreneurial challenge, which is this year we're focusing on baking. So these people are going to compete.
Contrast, man, from sports, baking.
It's a sport. The thing is, business is a sport.
Right.
And what we should not limit ourselves in observing is the fact that as soon as you enter an industry, you are in competition mode from the get-go, because you need to sell your products. But now, where can you exercise that in a healthy environment, which number one can also access you opportunities, number two that can open doors for you where you can I kind of expand your thinking. Normally they do it in conferences, but when people are talking all the time, what are you doing?
So it's part of a skills development sort of element of this whole Kasi Gaines festival.
Exactly. So the motive of it came through the vision of my late aunt, Zotwa Khoza, right? And basically what my mom is trying to do is get people to understand that development does not just start when you've made it. Development starts in your founding years. Development starts in the time where you have to harness your skills and you need to be exposed to the right people so that they can gear you into the right direction.
I'm fascinated by this.
Fascinating,
because,
isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3-in-1.
Yeah.
Where you get the workshop. Chances are that's where people get the career guidance. That's where they get all the knowledge. And then it comes to the festivities of the day, which is the 5-a-side.
And then you get the cake.
And then you get the dessert.
Wonderful.
So now let's talk about the progress. You launched it last year.
Yes.
Take us through what transpired last year and where we are 2018, a year later.
Thank you very much for that question. So what we launched in 2017 was an entrepreneurial network where our goal was to have 75 businesses that are registered to the network. At this current point in time, we've only got 8 members in our network, because what we decided to do was focus on the success of a small group rather than focus on
the numbers.
Right.
More like quality over quantity. And then now we've partnered with a youth development academy, which is Protea Glen Youth Development Academy, and they focus on football players. So hence why we are having the avenue of sports this year, because they're going to take these young players, because they have German scouts. We've got P management who is also on board, and we're going to expose them to different training camps throughout the year. So we workshop them throughout the year, and then we put them in the big ocean. So that's pretty much where we are at.
So Kasi Gains initially is a social sort of development club, if I can put it. Like it's just like I said, this five-a-side football comes through with certain partnerships that you have. Yes. But you're trying to sort of build a community through various developmental skills that you're able to harness from the immediate community and business thereof. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So now talk us through the day's proceedings. Does it take a weekend? Does it take a day? When do you have the Career Expo and then the festivities on the day, and then later on to the baking challenge?
So everything this year is going to happen on the same day. What we are building, it's still in its premature stage. So we do not want to expand too quickly, and we don't want to have people for long times and trying to elongate the process. So everything is conducted throughout the whole day. As you'll see in our program, which I brought for you, we start at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is when registration opens until 8:30, and then our program begins at 9 o'clock. After that, we have a break, and then we kick off for our football tournament. And then whilst that break is happening, people get to watch the kickoff. So the focus for that break is you getting your snacks, you getting refreshed, you socializing, but the sports players get to now kick off their element. And then when they've kicked off their element, whilst the tournament is ongoing, we come back into the tent, which is provided by T's event. All of the businesses that have been sourced for this event come from Soweto. So that is also the other promotional aspect of it, where we're saying, here's your business, come to us, we're having this event, let us promote your business, and you promote our talent. You make it look good, we make you look good.
Right.
Then the next thing, sorry to kind of digress, but then the next thing, as our workshop ends, then we begin with the baking challenge. The baking challenge then has the presentation. So the principle of the baking challenge is to get our local bakers, because there's too many redundant businesses, right? Everybody's making guinyas on the road, everybody is making different scones and stuff for funerals and stuff, but nobody's looking at the health aspect. No one is looking at making products that are for diabetics. No one is making bread for diabetics. We have to go to Woolworths, which doesn't contribute to our community, by the way. You see? So that's what we are trying to create, and kind of plant a seed to our entrepreneurs and say, if you come up with a presentation that says you can supply a retail agent with 100 loaves of diabetic bread, and at this cost, and this is how much it costs you, then why won't they look at that? But who's tried it? You get what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that we are trying to initiate and evoke from our community.
It's the thinking.
Exactly. So it's more like a thinking engine. I hate the word a social engine, because you cannot engineer social things. Social things just happen spontaneously. But what you can do is you can empower and you can inspire, which is our slogan. Our slogan is empowering umphakathi.
And I see just that. I mean, I'm seeing here urban farming presentation, which will be done by, I think, Mrs. Nkoku here.
Yes. Yeah? So she actually...
And that's very important, because who thinks of urban farming within a township sort of environment? Again, it's the last thing on your mind.
Mr. Mnisi, you'd actually be surprised. There's quite a lot. There's actually cooperatives that focus on urban farming.
Do we have enough land, though?
She's actually been awarded about 400 hectares of wasteland.
Right.
So there was a wasteland that was just sitting there, dump site, and now it was vacant.
And she had to transform it. And
she wrote a letter to government and said, listen, I do this small urban farming. How's about a chance to develop this land?
I can transform it.
And voila, there she got the land. But now what we're doing is we are bringing in experts. Because what Kasi Gains is part of now, it's actually, I cannot discuss more of the details, but we're part of an acquisition with our supporting partner that has allowed us to kind of structure a deal where we're getting about 9% equity of a 26,000 tree macadamia farm. You see what I'm saying?
Where is that based?
In Mpumalanga.
In Mpumalanga, I
Yes.
see. Okay.
So these are the type of things that we need, because we need experts. It's not about saying we want the land back from the whites so that we can cultivate our land, but saying let's remove the color and let us use who will work best in this engine so that we can extract the most value from each project
and benefit the community.
Exactly. If it is a black person, if it is a white person, if it is an Indian person, if it is an Asian person, if they have skills in the area, why not embrace
And
it?
I like the whole element of cooperatives because those work, because you got many minds, who are driven by one sort of goal and idea, isn't it? Yeah.
And talking about the five-a-side tournament, how many teams do you have? And is there prize money, or how are you giving back to the team that initially wins the tournament?
Good question. Thank you, Ms. Pajo. Is it Pajo? Or
It's Pajo. Perfect.
Thank you. Okay. So what we initially, right? I was against the whole giving of money thing, but we spoke to our sponsors and we said they do need something tangible to invest in them. So the grand prize for the winner of the 32-team tournament is 10,000 rand. So the winner takes home 10,000 rand, and they get some trophies and a participation certificate.
And what was the affiliation? Sorry to cut you off there.
The facilitation.
No. The affiliation. How were they able to compete in the tournament? What did they maybe pay a prize? Maybe because usually with tournament.
So it's a 350 rand registration fee for the tournament. To attend the workshop, it's free, but you have to register, which is something I need to say now. Otherwise, Jock is going to kill me. No one is allowed to register anymore. We are full.
You're full.
We've reached our maximum
sold
capacity, and no one is allowed to come through. You can register for next year. Check our website.
Right.
Send us an email. We'll get in contact with you, but we're not allowing anyone who is not registered on our guest
But I'm sure
list
people are
the
free to
event.
come and see the five-a-side football.
I was about to say they can be a hype man. They
Unfortunately,
can't.
we actually have a limited restriction.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is another thing that Kasi Gaines does, is that we workshop compliance.
Yeah.
You see, because another thing that we don't focus on in the Kasi, in the township, is rules. We think that rules, like as a recent example, is when your team loses, you are throwing things and you are burning things. That is not a way to mourn.
So I didn't RSV at the wedding. Definitely.
Unfortunately, and this is what we're trying to promote, and hence why we focus on smaller groups, because you instill a much impactful message if the group is small, and if the group actually took time to follow the rules to get there. Our businesses fail because people don't follow rules. People get in trouble because they don't pay tax. But do they understand the importance of tax?
Right.
No. Do they understand the importance of actually keeping administrative records of their business? Do sports players understand the bit? Like, I love what Sundowns is doing. I'm sorry, I'm jumping. I'm very passionate about
It's football.
this.
Tell us how they inspire you.
So how I saw Sundowns on the multi-choice Disky challenge, right? Because that was my first encounter with like the end, like the off the field management of a player.
Yeah.
Sundowns had this boy, I think it's Siyabonga Shezi or something like that, and the way this boy just excelled. And I was wondering, how does this guy do it? And apparently Sundowns has this program where, if they're not doing well at home, if their parents report like this child is, he's going out at night, he's partying, he's coming home drunk, they bar them from the match. They're not going to play.
Right.
And for me, that does so much, because somebody who is so young, who is earning what these young players are earning, is very impressionable. They step into no problem. They step into a field that is larger than life. It's larger than anything they've ever been exposed to.
Lights, camera, action.
And now they hit that phase. They normally use the analogy with people who come from the lallies. They say, "Lo who petwe stage." And something that the PSL chairman used to say is like, "Lo is on toilet kwak." You get what I'm saying?
Comes to Joba.
And then
I love how you say the PSL chairman. I think you should say my uncle.
No, he's not my uncle. No.
How are you related to him? Because you said that Uzodwa is your aunt, right?
Yes,
the
she's
late
my aunt,
Zod.
yes.
Yeah. So how are you related to the chairman?
Well, he's my grandfather. He's my mother.
He's your Tell us how it is to have the Iron Duke. I mean, apparently you can't even be in the same room as him because he has so much power. Like, he just oozes confidence. How is it to look at that man and say, Babu Mkhulu?
Well, one thing I'll tell you is that my grandfather always says, you've got two eyes to see, and you've got one mouth to talk, and you've got two hands to work, right? So He says, nature will never lie to you. You've got 2 eyes so you can see more things.
Yeah.
You've got 2 hands so you can
do
work
more.
more. And you've got 1 mouth so you can talk less. And that's just the person he is. You see, so what it is like being in the presence of him, I know what's expected. And I know what I need to deliver. At the end of the day, our relationship is just like how you would relate to your grandfather.
Of course.
You can talk to him, have a coffee, whatever. But
Yeah,
when,
at times
when
it-
you sit down and talk to a man
Yeah.
like that, you need to understand that you only have 5 minutes, let's say. So this 5 minutes
Make it
is more
impactful.
important for you than it is for
Beneficial.
him. See, so
All right,
Just to show
Sibusiso
the
Ntuli, just give us more details about Kasi Gains. Is there a website? Are you on social networks so people can start following this
In the
great
venue. Very
initiative?
important, the venue.
And of course, just know where to locate should they require assistance for possibly your next run next year. Yeah?
definitely. So you can contact us via our email, which is kasigains@gmail.com. We have a website which is www.kasigains.com, and that's gains, Gains, not games. You know, it's about the benefits of the community. So kasigains.com. We do have a Facebook page, but that's not a place to reach us. We want people to contact us via email or on our website.
On website, yeah.
I will also say my number, which you can contact me personally for now. You
Personally?
know, until I start getting those weird calls like, hey, Mfethu, uqala ifunding, at 12 in the morning. Like, no.
Yeah.
But my cell phone number is 064-663-1968. And I'm available pretty much anytime on WhatsApp. You can contact me. I have a very incredible team, I must say. My fellow founding members, because
Yeah.
we started it as 8 people.
Right.
Our goal for 2040 is to raise 30 millionaires that are earning a R1 million income every year.
From
Wow.
Ikas.
Yeah.
Great initiative indeed.
And now we're on 8, so we just got to take it to the next level.
That is Sibusiso Ntuli on the Kasi Gains Social Festival. Well, thank you so much, mate, for coming through and giving us some light on this very important project that you're doing out there. Thank you
you.
so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Visionview Sports Radio.